Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 5-7. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skyrider, this Durham's online community paper. Check it out at durhamskyrider.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and I invite you to click on that link right there on the Durham Skyrider Facebook page. Join me on camera, shoot the breeze, say hello, etc., etc. Promote yourself. I would love that. I would also love it if you would share this out so that more people here in Durham can find out what is happening. And already, William M. Andrews is here. In fact, let me put on my specs so I can see what he said. Let me move my keyboard out of the way. So William is saying, good afternoon. Oh, let me put it on the screen. Good afternoon, Durham, NC, from Butner Creedmoor, North Carolina. Okay, you get around, William. William's traveling. Okay. Butner Creedmoor. I think I've been to, maybe not to Creedmoor, but I think I drove through Creedmoor on the way to some airport. I think it was Louisville or Lewisburg or something like that, years ago. So, and Creedmoor was a really nice looking town too. Now Butner, I've heard of it, but I don't think I've been through that one. But anyway, welcome, William. Hope you're having a really, really great day. So what I'm going to do is to start from the Word page. That is the government and nonprofit information page. Lots of programs and services being offered by local nonprofits. And also, of course, local government, city, county, and state. So just go up and down the page, see what pertains to you. Go ahead and sign up. You might find places to volunteer at. You might do that as well. It's all up to you. So let me just very quickly just rattle off a couple of things from the Word page. I do invite you to check it out because there's a lot more on this page than what I let on during the show. And William is saying, I pray for Durham City and Durham County, and I do as well. Thank you, William. He's saying, you're having a good day. Awesome. Awesome, William. Because, you want people to have a good day, even if it is raining, And William says, I pray for North Carolina. Awesome. Because, hurricane season starts June 1st, I think. So, yeah, we don't. In fact, I just watched a video a couple days ago about how the Outer Banks seems to be disappearing. Apparently, the Outer Banks it's like an island, and it's in between like North Carolina coast and the ocean, and so it's being encroached on both sides, and how it's disappearing, and how scary that is for the people who live and work there, because they could easily be separated from North Carolina if things continue the way they are. So anyway, let me just continue. Okay, let me tell you about Book Harvest. I haven't mentioned them in a little bit. Book Harvest is a great place. They have lots of books, all about literacy. So you can take your little one there anytime, because outside of the actual venue, they have bookshelves where you and your child can look through the books, take a couple home for free. Okay, they have culturally appropriate books, all the way from newborn, where you're reading to your child, all the way up through high school in English and in Spanish. So it's a great place to get books, really great. Now, if they happen to be open while you're there with your child, they have a really cool play space. And you don't have to pay to go in, you just go in with your kid, your grandkids, whatever. And kids, of course, they can read. And they can play with the puppets. They have a magnet wall so they can spell out words. Kids love to do stuff like that. So it's called the Family Space, and it's within the Book Harvest, which is at 2501 University Drive, which is right where 15501 starts, that little mall there. So they're open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 until 5. And like I said, no admission fee. Great place. I like a good free experience, for sure. Now, they also have literacy coaches where they can come to your house and help you teach your young children up to age 5 how to read, because they discovered kids who really never really get the hang of reading don't do well later in life unless they're really lucky. So reading is just It's the key to just about everything. They have, like I said, free books, free bookshelf. They have learning opportunities where you can network with other parents and get free items, including an annual membership to the Museum of Life and Science. And you know how fun that place is. Now they also have a savings plan, believe it or not. There's a $500 savings account that you can start. Malachi is here, and I'll probably. Oh, I don't think you're in Lion Park anymore, right? Anyway, I know they're having a food giveaway today at Lion Park. But Malachi, hey, haven't heard from you for a while. Hope you're doing well. Saying hi, everybody. Indeed. So it's called it's through Bright Futures. It's a college and career savings program. So your child can earn $100 for every year that they take part in the Book Babies program. And the reason why it's $500 is because your child joins when they're born, and then they go up to age 5, and so they get $100 per year for participating. Of course, by age 5, they will be reading up a storm, and they'll be doing really, really well in school, I would think. So look into that. Look into that. Go there with your little one. To Book Harvest. They also have a gigantic event every, I think it's in June. They have a gigantic, like a big block party at the at the ballpark. I'll tell you about that when it's time. But yeah, definitely check out the Book Harvest. Alrighty, now let me scroll down to Durham. The libraries, the Durham County Libraries. Today's Thursday. Yes, it is Thursday. So they're all open until 6. And then they reopen tomorrow at 9:30, and Bragtown reopens at 10. I missed it by a minute. Oh, shoot. William is saying it's 12:12. Happy 12. Missed it by 1 minute. I didn't see it in time. Yeah, happy 12:12. Love it. And if you believe in the 24-hour clock, then in about an hour, you can celebrate 13:13. How about that? You can go all the way up to 24. Okay, let's see. So I told you about that. And now let's check with Durham Tech, the Small Business Center, which is downtown in the Chesterfield building. I like to list the free classes for entrepreneurs and budding entrepreneurs under Durham Tech, because they do have some classes, but there are also classes across the state that are being offered by all these small business centers and the community colleges. So let me just scroll down there and tell you what's happening. There we go. So today is the 7th. Okay, here's a class that starts at 6, from 6 until 8. Marketing with Canva, Part 1. How to use Canva for small business marketing. Canva is a program. It's a graphics program. Extraordinarily not only popular but powerful. Even the free version is ridiculous. It's incredible. I invite you to check it out. Take the class and see what it's all about, how to use Canva, get some ideas for yourself. Even if you're not doing a business, running a business, I think everybody should know about Canva. Students need to know about it so they can make some real spiffy looking reports and whatnot. Kids need to know about it for their, some kids are entrepreneurial and they, have like little businesses. So you want to promote your business by making cool flyers. You can do websites. You can do videos with Canva. It's unbelievable. Everything that requires a visual, tickets, flyers, posters, I don't even know. T-shirts. You can't make a T-shirt. You can design a T-shirt. Like I said, websites, videos. Check it out. You will not regret it. Check out the class. It is tonight. These are free. They're on Zoom, and they're live, which means you can actually ask questions if you have a question. So check it out. It's at 8 o'clock. Canva's the way to go. Canva.com. I don't mind paying for the pro version because I use it for a lot of things. So yeah. Anyway, another class from 6 until 8, reach customers online with Google. Okay, here's another class from 6:30 until 7:30, dynamite marketing on a firecracker budget for small businesses. Okay, there you go. Let me check SCORE since I'm here. SCORE also helps entrepreneurs. They're also local. They're downtown, although they do serve the towns around Durham, but they also, of course, serve Durham as well. You can get a mentor. You can take classes on Zoom in person. So let's see, today's the 7th. Let's see if there's anything going on today. Ooh, in about 12, 13 minutes, there's going to be a class called Simple Steps, Starting Your Business. It's on Zoom, 12:30 until 2. So if you need to learn what the steps are for running a business, you might want to attend that class. Go ahead and sign up now while you can. Here's another class from 1:30 until 2:30, AI in 2026, what's changing and what it means for small business. Of course, AI is artificial intelligence. Here's another one, 2:45. They're hot today. From 2:45 until 3:45, a free class on Zoom, how to turn your side hustle into a full-time business. I hear you right there. Oh, yeah. I love that idea. Yeah, if you have a talent, special interest, you could always figure out some kind of way to start a business with that. So, yeah, you might want to check that out. It's at 2:45. It happens real soon. So you might want to check that out in a couple of hours. And here's another class. They're on fire. Okay, so from 4 until 5 this afternoon, they're going to have a class on Zoom. Finding grants and sponsorships, locate opportunities, apply confidently, stand out to funders. Nice. Okay. Keep in mind that when it comes to grants, you don't have to be a business owner or a for-profit. You can be a nonprofit and get a grant. You can be a for-profit and get a grant. You can be an individual and get a grant. I've gotten a couple of grants as just like an individual. In fact, when I was young, back in, I guess when I was in my 20s or whatever, I got a free trip to Los Angeles. I wanted to go to a songwriters festival or conference or something, and I got a grant, and I got to go for free. And, I mean, including the airfare and everything, the hotel. It was fantastic. So, and I was just, a regular person who was interested in getting into music. So there's always grants out there. So you got to learn how to find them and learn how to apply to them. And you can learn that this afternoon at 4 o'clock. All right. Now, let's go to the to your health page. Let's see what's going on in the health field. Now, today is Thursday, so where is it? There it is. So, NAMI Durham. Oh, NAMI, NAMI, that stands for National Alliance on Mental Illness. So basically, they run this, they do a lot of things, but on Thursdays, they run the Stress and Anxiety Support Group for African Americans. That's going to be tonight from 7 until 8:30. Someone from NAMI will be there to guide the conversation and to offer resources, etc. So basically, Black folks get together and talk about stuff that sometimes bother us, or maybe we're, maybe if you had a situation like I did when I was young, I was the only Black person on the job, or the first Black person, I should say, with that particular title, and it came with some challenges. So sometimes you want to get together with other Black folks and just realize you're not alone. You can deal with it, et cetera, et cetera. There are other things that people can talk about. Whatever it is it stays in the room. Whatever's discussed in the room stays in the room. So that's going to be tonight from 7 until 8:30. Of course, it's free, and it is on Zoom, and I have the link right there so you can sign up. All righty, let's see. Let's check for the blood drives, because I don't know if anything's happening today, but we could definitely find out. Let's first check in with the American Red Cross. Let's see if they have anything they do. Okay. The American Red Cross, they have 2 blood drives today. So they'll have a crew at Mount Sylvan United Methodist Church at 5731 North Roxborough Road from 1 until 6 this afternoon. Then they'll have another crew at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and that's at 3902 Barini Drive, and that will be from 1:30 until 6 this afternoon. Now tomorrow, they'll be at South Point Rehab and Healthcare, 6000 Fayetteville Road, from noon until 5. And it says here to look for the bus. And then we'll have yet another crew at the streets at South Point, not too far away, at 6910 Fayetteville Road, from noon until 6. All righty. Now let's check with the Blood Connection. They do the same thing. That is, they take donations of blood, save lives. Let's see. Oh, okay. So Blood Connection, they won't be out again until next Tuesday at Habitat for Humanity. Okay, keep that in mind. All right, let us go to... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you know, I was going to go to the Let's Go. No, I was going to go to the Senior Scope page. You know what? I forgot to check the Health Events page. Wait, let me go back. You go to your health page again and click on the Health Events button. That's that big blue button there. And that takes us to the Health Events page. Now, let's see. Today is the 7th. Here's one. Okay, the American Dance Festival, they like to help people who have Parkinson's. So on Thursdays and Fridays, they have special events. Hold on for a sec. That's my doorbell. Be right back. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. That was a pest control salesman, of all people. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let me continue. So sorry about that. Okay, I have no idea where I was. Oh, right. Okay, so the American Dance Festival, they like to help people with Parkinson's. So they have these two classes. One's on Thursday and then one's on Friday. Wait, let me set up my weather. There you go. Okay, got disrupted there. Okay, so on Thursdays from 2 until 3, the American Dance Festival hosts PWR Moves, Parkinson's Wellness Recovery. So that is like a movement session. It's totally free. It's at their ADF Scripps Studios, which is at 721 Broad Street on the second floor from 2 until 3. Like I said, it's free. Got a phone number there if you need some more information. And then I have a link so you can go ahead and sign up. And just note that you don't have to walk very far. They have their own parking lot, so you don't have to walk too far. And then once you're in the building, there's a couple of steps, and then the elevator is right there, taking you up to the second floor. Now, if you can't make it today, again, it's from 2 until 3, then tomorrow they will have a virtual class called Virtual Dance for Parkinson's on Zoom, and that'll be tomorrow at 11 o'clock if you can't make it today. Or you can attend both classes. It won't hurt. Also happening, let's see, this afternoon, or I should say this evening, the Duke Dementia Evening Care Partner Support Group. They meet online from 6:30 until 8. I do have a phone number, so you can go ahead and register for that. And it's for caregivers of people who have Alzheimer's, dementia, and get some good resources. Also, you'll get to meet other people who are caregivers, and you can trade tips, which is very, very helpful. Okay, is that it? That is it. Okay, now let's go to the Senior Scope page. Speaking of seniors, today is the Durham Senior Games Silver Arts Awards and closing ceremony. And that's for the senior games. And senior games, that's the sports component, and then the silver arts, that's the arts component. So the awards and closing ceremony will be this evening from 5:30 until 7:30 at Holton, the Holton Career and Resource Center, which is at 401 North Driver Street. And they have a decent sized parking lot, so if you get there early enough, you'll get parking pretty easily. And of course, there's lots of on the street parking. Alrighty, now let's see what's happening at the Durham Center for Senior Life, which is at 406 Rigsby Avenue. A great place to hang out if you're 55 plus. Let's see. Today is Thursday, so this afternoon, now they're open until 7 tonight, which is really great. So from on Tuesdays and Thursdays, they're open from like 8:30 all the way up until 7, which is super great. So if you're still a 9 to 5er, you can always come right after work out all those frustrations from the job, and then get home nice and relaxed. So let's see what's scheduled for this afternoon. Let's see. Thursday Bible study starts in 2 minutes at 12:30. You can play Pinochle and Kings in the Corner all afternoon. And then there's other things too, because there's almost always somebody there in the afternoon playing dominoes. It's not listed, but yeah, they're down there, downstairs. They're playing the dominoes, and they taught me how to play. Well, I didn't really learn. I don't think you can really learn the whole game in one sitting. But anyway, I started learning dominoes a couple days ago. Okay, let's see what else is happening. Oh, bingo size at 1. That's bingo plus exercise. That's at 1. Open painting studio at 1. Connect Tech at 1:30, where you can get tips for navigating your technology. The Arthritis Foundation exercise program at 2:15. Acrylic painting at 3. It says call for information for that last one, for acrylic painting. Maybe that hasn't officially started yet. I'm not sure about that. Now tomorrow, Connect Tech at 8:30. Learn how to get the most out of your technology. Let's see. Fitness with Keta. Oh, this is new. Fitness with Keta. It might be Keta, Keta. And that's at 8:40. DCSL Walking Club. And that's where, you walk. If you're worried about your balance, you can always join the group with some walking, what do you call those, walking stick things? Poles, walking poles. They have them at the front desk. You can borrow one for your, when you walk with the group. Now, if it's raining tomorrow, I know it's raining right now. If it's raining tomorrow, they won't walk out. At least they won't be walking outside. Okay, let's see. Open Art Studio tomorrow at 9. Total Body Workout at 10. That's going to be live on the Durham Center for Senior Life Facebook page. Ping Pong at 10. Tai Chi for arthritis and falls prevention at noon. Oh, and there's going to be a movie tomorrow. I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but yes. They have their own theater. They show movies on Mondays and Fridays and other days too. Now, tomorrow at 12:30, they will give you some free popcorn and show the movie Steel Magnolias. Now, I know that was a big hit movie. I've heard of it. I don't know if it's a comedy or a drama. I have no idea, but I've heard of it. But Steel Magnolias, that was a big hit. So you can watch that tomorrow at 12:30. Now, let me check for the special events real quick. Let's see. Ooh, that was a good one. You missed that one. They had a fraud and scams class this morning. I told you about it yesterday, but I hope you got to go to that. Let's see what's going on. Oh, tomorrow, the Mother's Day Tea and Hat Parade is tomorrow, and that should be really fun. Sign up for that one. Celebrating motherhood, grandmotherhood, aunthood, godmotherhood, and that will be tomorrow from 9:30 until 11. Wear your favorite decorated hat, join the parade, and enjoy light refreshments. That'll be tomorrow starting at 9:30, but you have to call and register. So call 919-688-8247 extension 110 to make sure that you get in on this. Also happening tomorrow, and this will be at 10:30, mini robot games where you can join the fun as you guide your robot through a maze with just paper and markers. I'm going to go to that. That sounds like fun. I think I will. So that's going to be tomorrow at 10:30. Maybe I'll see you there. And then to see later tomorrow, it's 2:15 in the afternoon. The Aging with Pride Social Club, that'll be tomorrow afternoon. Alrighty, I do want to mention that JFK Towers is now a DCSL satellite. They're located at 4900 North Roxborough Road. So from 8:30 until like 1:32, they have events. And they have a whole schedule now. So when you go to the Senior Scope page, you can see the whole schedule. So today is Thursday. So bingo started 2 minutes ago. So that's their last activity. It's bingo. So let me tell you what's happening tomorrow. So coffee and community at 8:30. Nature and discovery activity at 9:30. They have a walking group starting at 10:30. Congregate meal, which is lunch, at 11:30, and then they're going to have different club meetings at 12:30. They have special events. I think they're going to have a Mother's Day tea. Yes, they're going to have a Mother's Day tea also. That's going to be tomorrow at 12:30. You can enjoy tea, desserts, and a do-it-yourself bouquet to take home. How about that? All right. Let's not forget the Little River Senior Center, though. They're independent. They're at 8305 North Roxborough Road in Bahama. They have activities too. They also have free lunch at 11:30. And their activities are also from 8:30-ish until 1:30. I should say 8:30 to 1:30 or 2-ish. They have special events too. They have daily activities. You can take guitar lessons there. They have bass guitar lessons, bingo size, cards, group exercise, free play gym. They have they're the only location that has their own gymnasium because Little River was a school back in the day and they have access to the gym. So I can't think of anywhere else where you can go with your basketball and just play to your heart's content like that. Alrighty, let's go to the Let's Go page, the calendar of events page. Let's see. Today's the 7th. Let me scroll down. Come on. There we go. Okay. Today is May 7th. So, the West End Free Market. That's going to be this afternoon. So this is thanks to the West End Community Foundation, the Autism Center, Part and Parcel, the Duke Campus Farm, Farmer Food Share, Durham Parks and Recreation, and Seal the Seasons. So what they do on certain Thursdays, they give away fresh produce and dry goods. Dry goods, like corn, rice, beans, that sort of thing. So let me tell you where Lion Park Rec Center is, 1309 Halley Street. They have their own parking lot. A lot of people just end up parking just around the building, but you can park wherever you like. It's legal. So seniors age 65 plus, they're served first, starting at $2.45, and then everybody else can go in there at 3. So again, it's a great partnership. And thanks, of course, specifically to the West End Community Foundation and, of course, Durham Parks and Recreation and the others that I mentioned, to make free food available to people in need. I really appreciated that. I've also gotten food from there, and it's always top-notch. Now, if you like eating outdoors, music, I hope it's not raining this evening, but Boxyard RTP is an outdoor venue. It's at 900 Park Offices Drive off of Highway 54. They'll be featuring atmospheric soul music by XOXOK during the next Taking Back Thursday live concert series. So that's this evening from 5:30 until 7:30. 5:30 until 7. So it's free, totally free. Now, food isn't included. I mentioned food because they're literally surrounded by little restaurants, eateries. So, as you're watching the music, listening to the music, you might say, those people over there seem to be really enjoying that barbecue or Korean food or pizza, whatever. You could always make a quick purchase and then get back to the music. Now, unless it's storming, it'll be happening because they do have like a covering there. So you should be okay if it's just drizzling like it is now. But of course, if it starts pouring down, of course, yeah, forget it. That's going to be this afternoon, 5:30 until 7. The Fleet Feet Pony Run starts at and returns to Ponysaurus Durham, 219 Hood Street, 6:15 until 8:30, where you can choose either to run 3 miles or 5 miles at your own pace during this free event. And as you know, runners are pretty tough, so a little rain like this probably won't bother them. It'll probably still be happening this evening as long as it's drizzling like this. I have a feeling it's not supposed to. I remember checking the weather when I woke up. I don't think it's going to be raining later, but we'll check in a second. Party of One will be holding the free soul line dance class at W.D. Hill, and that's going to be at 1308 Fayetteville Street from 6:30 until 7:30, and it's free. Now tomorrow it's line dancing with Jitterbug at the also known as Campus Hills Rec Center, 2000 South Alston Avenue. That's tomorrow from 9 until 10. There's a $4 class session fee, and it's $3 for seniors. Now, if you can help, if you like to do physical work, Keep Durham Beautiful is looking for you. They're looking for volunteers for an invasive plant removal session. This will be at the Museum of Life and Science campus, 433 West Murray Avenue. That's going to be tomorrow from 9 until noon. They will provide the tools. They'll provide the gloves. They say bring a water bottle. You want to make sure you're hydrated. Of course, we're talking invasive plants, which might include some you might not want to touch, because poison ivy seems to be everywhere nowadays. So wear long, you already know, long sleeves, long, pants, not shorts, and of course, serious shoes as opposed to sandals. So, stay safe. You can bring your own pruners or, saws if you get really ambitious. You want to saw down little trees. You can, those invasive trees. You can do that. I would suggest that you have your name, or at least paint a white spot on your tools, and then with the Sharpie, write your name to make sure you don't lose them. So that's going to be tomorrow from 9 until noon. Oh, and I do have a link so you can get more information and register. Counterculture Coffee at 812 Mallard Avenue. They're hosting tasting at 10 tomorrow from 10 until 11. If you're a coffee lover, get the day started with some nice caffeine or decaffeinated beverage, and hang out, talking with other coffee lovers and sampling the different flavors. As you might recognize the name Counterculture Coffee, they supply coffee to many of the different local venues around town. The Salvation Army of Durham has Free Food Friday tomorrow. That'll be from 10 until noon while supplies last. 909 Liberty Street. They have their own parking lot. So basically, they give away free food to people who are in need. Sometimes they even have pet food. Sometimes they even have hygiene items. So just in case, bring a strong bag if you happen to have one, just in case they run out. And if you have a current photo ID, see if you can bring that too. They don't want to know who you are exactly. I think maybe they got a grant that tells them to serve Durham County residents. That's probably the reason. They don't really care who you are by name. So that's going to be tomorrow, 909 Liberty Street from 10 until noon. The Glass Jug Beer... Oh, wait a minute. I'm skipping over the Community Health Coalition. Let's not do that. The Community Health Coalition, they have a food giveaway at Kyle's Temple, AME Zion Church, 409 Dunstan Avenue, tomorrow from noon until 2. So Dunstan, that's that's right around the block from Birthday Funeral Home on Fayetteville. If you're coming from uh, Roxborough. It's near that the motorcycle. You see the motorcycle club? It's right by there. So just go up the street, go up Dunstan. Can't miss it. It's a beautiful church. Ooh, Barb might join us. Let me hurry up because she has a show at 1. Okay, let me hurry. Oh, okay. The Glass Jug Beer Lab at 545 Foster Street. They have a Friday co-working and networking social. That's from noon until 5 tomorrow. It's for entrepreneurs, freelancers, remote workers who are usually working in isolation. You can work around others. Bring your laptop. You don't have to pay. And do your usual work around others, which would be nice. And then from 4 until 5, you get to meet your day's co-workers and maybe make new friends. That should be nice. And that's downtown at 545 Foster Street. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Let's check the weather very quickly and then visit with Barb because she tried yesterday and it didn't. I could hear her perfectly, but anyway, let me continue with the weather. Well, this time it really is raining here on Cap Street, and it says that rain is expected to stop in 40 minutes. Okay, so it's 69 right now, going up to 69. There you go. Now it looks, let's see, it says at 1 o'clock, which is in 20 minutes, 95% chance of rain. So it looks like it's going to rain all the way through to 7. So when people go to Holton for the grand closing of the Durham Senior Games, it might be raining at that time. Well, just bring your umbrella. It's all good. We know how to handle that. Now, tomorrow, 70 and sunny. That's more like it. Saturday, 75 and cloudy. That's okay because 75 sounds good. And then Sunday, 50% chance of raining. 81 degrees. Love it. Love that. So that is it. It is 69 right now, going up to 69. Let's visit with Barb and see if everything's working right. I think it should be. So let me click on Dynamic Scene. Click on Barb. Transition. Kaboom! We're working this time, aren't we, Barb? Yes.
I hope so.
Yeah. There you are.
Are we?
Woo, that was a
So
challenge yesterday.
I can hear you fine.
Excellent. You,
And
you sound great.
yeah, weird.
You
So
sounded great.
strange.
You sounded great yesterday.
But
But I guess it just wasn't
y-
working somehow.
you could hear me,
Hmm.
but I couldn't hear you. Something was wacko. I know that because I tried more than once for sure. Yeah, I can't stay very long. But
Yeah.
did you take your little trip or not?
You mean my trip to Chicago?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was so fun. My little great nephews turned 5, and
Wow.
it was just they're bundles of energy. Oh my goodness. So boy, they were just running and jumping and if you're not a mom, you just haven't seen, not used to seeing that. Just kids having
Yeah.
fun. Boy,
Where
it
they
was,
get the energy.
boy, did they have fun and the little friends had fun. Um, I guess this place, I don't know if you've heard of Sky Zone. We actually have one here in Durham. It's a trampoline park and they
Oh,
just they just bounce around. They run and they bounce. And they had
wow.
lots of fun. The only thing missing, though, I think they could use a Velcro wall. I don't know if you've seen those, Barb, where you hurl yourself in the air and stick to the wall with the Velcro suit. They need one of those.
No,
Anyway,
I'm not. That's something new to me.
so how are you, Barb?
I'm doing okay. Tech is cooperating, and I
Hmm.
kind of what I'm just really down about where the engagement is on all of the platforms, and I'm like double checking all my settings, and it's
Yeah.
like, is it me? Is it me? Is it my gear? That kind of thing.
Oh, it's not you. At all.
Right. It's
Well,
it's happening.
you see how small my audience is. I just think that I don't know. I
Well,
I don't I
yeah,
honestly don't know.
can't explain it, but they're telling us all now that, boy, the place to be, above all other places, is to be streaming to YouTube. They're
Yeah.
picking, they're doing a better job at picking everybody's stuff up.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so,
I mean, I don't get the engagement that a lot of people are getting, but I'm just thankful for whoever's watching.
yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Well,
Of course, of course.
drum roll on your commitment and dedication to just being there, developing the routine and keeping up with it
I enjoy doing
is,
it. Plus, when people say they use the information, I love that.
yeah, for sure, for sure. It's a wonderful service you're providing your community.
Oh, thank you, thank
But
you.
yeah.
Has anyone ever, since you're into the hot air balloons, has anyone ever live streamed from a hot air balloon?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would be fun. Fun to watch. You see a
You
bird's
can
eye
find
view.
quite a few on YouTube.
Okay.
But there's not, it's when they're closer to the ground,
Hmm.
because they've got to be able to catch the signals. But
That's
that a lot of them have uh, Starlink, I guess it is,
it
because
would
of
be
where they have to connect.
yeah, it would be quite the gimmick to have a talk show, like an interview show, on a hot air balloon.
I think a couple of our younger fellas do that, actually.
Because one thing I did at
Mm-hmm.
the state fair,
But
the North Carolina State Fair, one year, they had a like a ski lift kind of situation,
mm,
going over the park, which was really cool. So the first year they did that, I got an interview with the person who was in charge of the state fair, and we did the interview live while on this sky lift thing. It was very exciting, and I think it
that's
was the
yeah,
first time
that's
I ever did
great.
that. So it would be even more fun on a balloon. That'd be wild.
Yeah. I'm so glad the tech is working today. And I did want to just check in to make sure it still worked with this application. But its signal is strong. And if
Huh?
you're hearing me fine, but I'm
Sound
just
really
saying,
good.
in my studio, the EV Mux studio yesterday, it did not show my signal as strong. And it's all of the waves are all there solid green, and just like my internet access is
Hmm.
from here. So I don't know. It could have just.
Wait, where do you see the strength of the signal? Let's see.
I can take a picture and show you back on the
'Cause I
on
used to
Facebook,
know.
but I can take us. It's when you're down in the tray, your little icon in the tray, where we are, the
Mhm.
different screens. You can.
Hmm.
I think you should be able to see yours. I can see mine.
Yeah.
But maybe you can't see it because I'm only on audio. I just realized that it
Yeah.
may not show up so well when
Oh.
I can't see it on your icon. So maybe it's
Hmm.
just if you're on audio, you'll be able to see it there easily. But
Oh, okay.
I'll save that for you for sure.
Okay, appreciate it.
So,
But I
yeah.
can I can tell that it's a good connection. I mean, there's no lagging as far as I can tell. And
Right. All of my signals are go. Um, from listening as well as talking. So,
mhm.
I mean, totally different from yesterday.
Oh yeah.
That's
Well,
the
it
first time it was so bizarre. I mean, I tried all these different settings and I'm like, and now I know what I'm doing. And I looked again and again, but oh well.
but you
Yeah.
never have a problem connecting when you do your show, which starts at 1 p.m. on Thursdays, folks. If you're interested in learning about AI,
10 minutes, 10 minutes from now.
yeah, you never have a
Right.
problem connecting with that, right?
Yeah. No,
Is it,
it's
what
worked
do
every
you use?
time. And we use StreamYard for that.
Okay, I used to use.
And we're going to definitely be talking about ChatGPT's improvements again, and
Ooh,
Codex and Notebook LM
oh,
today. Madeline's leading the charge on that, so we'll see what she's come up with.
okay.
If you follow me on Facebook on my profile, you can see my latest updates of what we've been doing in there on with
Excellent.
ChatGPT. So
I did.
I hesitated to actually change my profile picture because I thought it was so cute. It was the mini me world uh, prompt, and it had little tiny pictures of you as well
Oh,
as your main picture. It was so cute.
very
But
cute. I
yeah,
did tell people yesterday to follow you and to watch the show, today's show,
I
which
I
starts.
heard I heard I could hear what you were saying,
Oh,
but I couldn't hear you. And you said you could hear me, and I'm
you
talking,
you
and I'm
sounded,
like,
you sounded just like you do now. You sounded perfect.
weird. And
But
then it would just go out. So,
but here's the thing, Barb. Even when I start my show, see, I told you I was getting into music production, and I'm using
mm-hmm,
different inputs and outputs now. So now every time I start the show, I have to check my mic, which I never had to do
mm-hmm,
before, because I've done at least 3 shows where the people said I can't hear you. So it could be that maybe because of what you're doing, doing this and that, maybe you need to make sure because you can see the
yeah, I can see
microphone
it. And
moving.
I actually looked at all those connections, and I'm like, I went through all of that, and I just couldn't find it. So, anyway, everything is fine today, and I
Okay.
do have to leave. So,
I understand, and I
um,
will tune in at one. I have to go downtown, but I'm going to try to catch at least the first part of your show, and then I have to run downtown real quick. But thanks for coming on the show, Barb.
you're quite welcome.
And
I'll see
follow
you.
Barb and tune in like 5 minutes on YouTube.
Okay, well, you take care, lady. I'll see you soon.
Okay, Barb, thanks so much. Take care. All righty. Love it when friends drop by. You can drop by too. I do Bull City Hangout pretty much every weekday at noon, and then Saturdays at 10 a.m. Sometimes, like when I was in Inspiration Podcast Studio a couple days ago, sometimes I'm able to, be, you know, on site. If you ever want Bull City Hangout to happen in your spot, if you have a coffee shop or whatever, and you want me to interview you and to give a little tour to your place and basically promote your business, let me know because I think that would be really fun. As long as you have good internet, gotta have good internet because live streaming takes a lot of inner workings of technology and all that stuff. So I think that is it for today's show. Let me line up my outro. There we go. So I hope that you have a beautiful afternoon. Let me check to see if the rain is still on. Yep, I guess. Okay, so now it says rain is expected to stop in 16 minutes and start again 22 minutes later. Boy, they have it really down. So if you want to like dart to the store real quick and then get home real fast, you can definitely at least try to do that. So with that, have a beautiful afternoon, and I'll see you tomorrow at noon for Bull City Hangout. And don't forget to read the Durham Skywriter at durhamskywriter.com. Ciao for now.